Okay, today I'm going to show you a simple little durability mod for the Traxxas QR-1 quadcopter. It has to do with protecting the blades. To give a little background, I just got my quadcopter back from Traxxas. I had to send it in to have a motor replaced, which they did, no questions asked, so that was really nice. But the problem is I must have crashed it upside down or somehow hit a top of a blade, and you'll notice there's a space underneath the prop where you just see the little pin on the motors there, and there's a big space. So if you hit hard on the top of a prop, it'll actually push that pin down and pop out the bottom of the motor, which is what happened to mine, and there's no fixing that. You've got to replace the motor at that point. And so I was looking on the RC Groups forums, and a poster by the name of MassiveOverkill had a very simple yet effective mod to fix that. To compare it, you see like the Aries Ethos, you see how the prop has plastic that comes all the way down to the top of the motor, whereas the Traxxas doesn't. It just stops. So he came up with the idea of taking a piece of plastic, which he actually used a Capri Sun straw, but I just took a piece of this toy grade RC antenna, just cut pieces off of it, and you'll see I've got the tiny little pieces here. They're like 1/16 of an inch, so it was pretty hard to cut them that small, but just use an X-Acto knife or a sharp razor blade and try to get them all the same size, because you want the props to all sit on them at the same height. But yeah, so you just cut off a little piece, take your prop off, and put it in there. I don't know if it's really focusing or not, but that one now has a little plastic guard, so if I crash on top of the prop, it pushes down on that piece instead of pushing the pin down through the bottom of the motor. So that I'm going to go ahead and put it on all 4 blades, and we'll check it out. But I also wanted to show, some people have mentioned having problems with removing the props, so all you need is a little flathead screwdriver, and just kind of place it in there and turn to pry it. Kind of hard to do. And that's all there is to it. And then so now I can take one of these tiny little pieces, just put it over that pin, put the prop back on, make sure it spins freely, and so now both of my front props are protected. So I'll go ahead and turn the camera off, put the rest of the props on, and we'll give it a little test flight. Okay, so here we have the QR-1 with all the props protected with the little pieces of antenna, and let's give it a test flight. And as you can see, it still works perfectly fine. No trim issues. So, looks to be a pretty good, successful mod. Pirouettes on high rates are sick on this thing. Anyway, hope that was helpful. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching.